Hello everyone, how you doing? Long time no see. Been recovering. Got a heart condition, as you probably knew. I had a few really rough days. I mean, I had a rough one at the hospital, but it just got worse from there. But I'm medicated now, so I'm stable. You can say I'm stable, but you know, down the road, it's going to get progressively worse because it's just one of them things. But I'm medicated up to the eyeballs and I'm much more stable now, and I've been cracking on. I've been doing the workshop, as I said before. Oh goodness sake, I'm going to be time-lapsing that and uploading that once every fortnight and showing you what I built, because it's pointless me doing an hour's worth of recording because I'm doing it slow because of my health, you know. So it's just one of them things. But as I said, I'll be uploading it every 2 weeks. I've made a good start on it. Oh, come on, drop it out, will you? I'm trying to bloody record. Yeah. So I'll show you that every 2 weeks. But anyway, because of my health and, you know, other things, I've been looking up some other stuff, because my diet's pretty good. I've got a pretty good diet. You know, I green tea, a lot of natural herbs, turmeric, cinnamon, you know, cranberry, all the superfoods they're calling it. But I've come across this thing, I don't know if you've heard of this, it's called NOOTROPICS. Now this NOOTROPICS, it's not a superfood, it's what they're calling a smart food. Now this smart food has got many applications, and I must stress, this is still undergoing scientific investigation and analysis to whether this one's good for that, this one's good for that. But there are some that are proving beneficial to 95% of the population that have taken them. So there are natural ones, which I shall tell you about now, and there are also pharmaceutical made up one, you know, synthetic ones. Of course they're going to get on it and they were synthesised and everything, synthetic and everything. Anyway, excuse me, the natural ones, which a few of these you will have heard of, but some I doubt you will have heard of, these, you know, natural nootropics that help cognitive abilities enhance and for physical health. You know, we've got the obvious ones like ashwaganda. You've all heard of that. I've seen it loads of advertised on the internet. That's quite well known, which it is good for cognitive abilities and you know, general mental health. And you know, some of these ones can actually not reverse but aid in things like Alzheimer's and stuff like that, you know, deterioration of the mind and the brain. But the natural ones, ashwaganda, then you've got lion's mane, which is a fungus, and you've got caffeine, which they're starting to realise only of late, you know, scientists, that caffeine has actually got nootropic properties in it as well that help the brain in a way they didn't realise before. But the best way to have caffeine, you know, you can get it out of coffee. Best way to have caffeine is out of green tea, because it's got another, I've got it written down here somewhere, it's got another chemical in it which aids the caffeine in a way that it eradicates the negative side of caffeine, which some people get the jitters, they can get anxiety from taking caffeine. So if you're going to have caffeine, green tea, because it's got this other chemical in it that helps neutralise and balance out that negative side that you can get from normal caffeine intake, coffee, and helps prolong the effects of caffeine. In other words, heightens your senses and everything works better for longer without the negative, and you know, in it. So if you're going to take caffeine, green tea. They're only just realising this, that it's a nootropic. Then you've got Bacopa-Monnieri, that's a mouthful, Bacopa-Monnieri, or otherwise known as Brahmi, which again is a natural, you know, plant, herb, whichever. You've got omega-3, we all know that one, fatty acids, you know. Again, if you're going to take these nootropics, you're better off doing it naturally rather than omega-3 pills, you know, the cod liver oil tablets. You're better off having salmon or mackerel, which are high in fatty acids, the omega-3. Much better than, you know, taking anything synthetic. We all know that one. We all know that taking natural herbs and remedies are better than synthetic remedies, because synthetic always comes along with side effects, whereas natural ones, generally taken in the right dosage, you know, in the in the correct amount, will have positive effects without any side effects. So as I say, you've got ashwagandha, you've got lion's mane, green tea, Bacopa-Monnieri.Omega, otherwise known omega-3 fatty acids, or salmon and mackerel. Then you got Rhodiola, Rosea, or otherwise known as golden root. Then you got Ginkgo Biloba. Then you got L-theanine, and more. And they're also realising, by the way, that creatine, it's all recent, when I say recent, the last few years, they're all realising that creatine, not only does it aid muscle recovery, and lots of bodybuilders, I know this, I used to take creatine to help repair me. So I was a bodybuilder, I used to have a gym, as a lot of you probably know, I used to do a bit of training and all the rest of it. But I use creatine, and creatine is actually they're starting to find out that creatine has actually got other properties in it they didn't realise, that is nootropics that help the brain function and enhance it. But I must state clearly, as I said, 95% of the population who've taken these nootropics have had positive effects. So it's still undergoing studies, and it's still, early days, shall we say, for this nootropics. But as I say, 95% of people who have taken these nootropics, the natural ones, are seeing, a beneficial outcomes cognitively and obviously physically. So creatine's another one. The synthetic ones, you've got MindLab, NuCube, Newceptin, another one that came out in 64 by Dr. What was his name? Doctor. I've got it written down here somewhere. Doctor. What was his name? Doctor. It's not really that important. There it is. Doctor Gregaria and Dr. Cornelius. Back in 64, they found this, and they were actually making a drug which was aimed at people who suffer anxiety and stressful situations like car sickness, things like that. That's what they were making it for. But they found out then that it had other benefits that they didn't realise it was capable of doing, and it aided people's cognitive abilities in a way that they didn't realise. So they discovered this nootropics back in 64. So yeah, that's who came up with it. So yeah, there's a few things, and the one that they came up with, Paracetam, which is the first one that was this nootropics food, plant-based and chemicals. Then you've got ones that were aimed at people with narcolepsy, modafinil, and a newer version of modafinil, armodafinil, or FINIL, ARMODAFINIL, armodafinil. It's a mouthful, isn't it? Armodafinil. And that's like the newest version of this modafinil, which is, as I said, it was aimed at people with narcolepsy, that sleep disorder, but they've also found that is a nootropic as well, because it's shown that people's cognitive abilities have been enhanced. So what I'm trying to say is basically this thing that I'm still studying it, I'm still doing my research on it, but what I've come up with so far is these different ashwagandha, lion's mane, green tea, BacopaMonnieri, omega-3, which you all know, Rhodiola, Rosea, golden root, Ginkgo Biloba, L-theanine, and theanine, and many more. As I say, creatine as well. So yeah, let's. I want to keep on this one because I'm trying to help people with mental issues and mental health, and from what I'm seeing, this is looking very positive. And as they say, their success rate out of say 100 people, 95%, showed improvement. People with Alzheimer's as well, because they can't reverse it, but they can prolong the effects of Alzheimer's, slow it down from this nootropics. So I'm telling you, because you need to look into this, because there's many. I've got to get a drink of water. There's many different nootropics out there that all do and aim at different parts, you know, of the brain and work in different ways. But another thing, adaptogens. I've got to get a drink of water, excuse me, I've got really dry mouth, I do beg your pardon. Excuse me, Enzo. Bloody dry mouth, bloody medication, mate. Give you cotton mouth, it does. Go away, get out of the way. I do beg your pardon. I can't get cotton mouth because of my medication. It makes me really dry mouth. I have speech problems anyway. So yeah, this nootropics, you really got to look into this. I'm going to look into it more in depth and come back to you in a couple of weeks with some better details in it. But yeah, look up nootropics, look up adaptogens. As I say, the natural ones that I've come across: ashwaganda, lion's mane, green tea, Bacopa, Brahmi, omega-3 fatty acids, you know, salmon, mackerel, Rhodiola, Rosea, golden root, Ginkgo biloba, L-theanine, and creatine. The ones that are at the top of the list, they're the ones that are well known and are at the top of the list. You know, some are root, some are, you know, the leaves, and some are you know, the oils like from the fish and stuff like that are all meant to be beneficial, this nootropics. And yeah, you've got to look up adaptogens. Adaptogens is part of the nootropics, you know, the chemical, what do we call it? Let me see what else we got written down. I've got loads of notes on this because I'm learning as we go, you know, so I'm not trying to sound professor in this because I'm far from it. I've just come across it, but I thought it might aid some people because I want to help people with mental health, and I'm still going to upload about all the other stuff I said. But yeah, there's more of these synthetic ones, NuCube, Nuceptin, there's a whole list of them, but you know, they were originally, as I say, by this Dr. Cornelius and Dr. Gregaria, or Gregae, however you say, Gregae, who came up with this in 1964. This is where it started, 1964. So also you've got to look at racetams, nootropics, racetams or racetams, nootropics, and again, as I said, adaptogens. So if you get 10 minutes, seriously, you look into this because there's a lot of interesting information, you know, connected to this adaptogens and nootropics. And as I say, there's a lot of natural ones, so if you can go natural, get natural, you know. But as I say again, there are, you know, synthetic ones now out on the market, which are mainly given to people with Alzheimer's and things like that, but they're finding out these nootropics are helping people, you know, their cognitive abilities are you know, enhanced. So yeah, you got to look at these, you know, look up about these L-theanine, which spreads the release of caffeine, which is in green tea, and makes the caffeine better. So like I said, if you're going to have the caffeine, have, you know, green tea. Just have 2 cups a day of green tea. You got to leave it for 2 minutes in hot water, just a little bit of hot. So I do, I have a little bit of hot water like that. You get lemon one as well. Mine's lemon flavoured. So a bit, no water, no sugar, no milk, just hot water about that much. Stick it in your cup, let it brew for 2 minutes. Take it out, let it cool down, just neck it. Twice a day, that's it. It's that good that you're only supposed to ingest 2 cups of green tea per day. It's that good. But you know, as I said, if you drink coffee through the day, that is a nootropic, they're finding out. So yeah, if you get time, look up these nootropics, look up all the different properties. I mean, I've got it all written down here, but it'll take me forever to tell you, but you're better off, you know, because everything's different for everyone, you see. You know, some medications will work on some people, and some, as I say, they've got a 95% positive rate out of 100, which is pretty good. So that says a lot, doesn't it? So definitely look up this nootropics, adaptogens, and you know, all the different ones that I've laid out for you there. You know, lion's mane, Rhodiola, Rosea, paracetam, Ginkgo biloba. You know, all these different ashwaganda, all these different ones, because they all have different benefits. But, and again, creatine, they are apparently apparently, as I say, don't quote me on this because this is still new and it's still, you know, it's still under the microscopes, they say, but yeah, it's looking really, really positive from what I'm saying. There's a lot of other stuff here. This golden root one has got I can't pronounce half of these. Erinacins, heracinons, myelin sheaths. This is to do with the cell, the blood, the veins in your blood, in your brain. I mean, your blood, the blood, system in your brain. The walls. This rhodiola, rosea, golden root can go through the walls of these veins and get into your brain in a way that other drugs can't. They've got some really extremely strange properties, but yeah, you really got to check them out. So if you get time, look up, about nootropics and adaptogens, and I'll tell you what, it'll blow your mind. And I'm definitely going to give it a try. And when I do, and I'm going to try creatine again as well. I mean, we know where creatine comes. A lot of people, I mean, well, if you're what do you call it? What are they called? Vegan and vegetarian. You're not going to get much creatine in your diet because creatine comes from things like eggs, milk, fish, stuff like that. White fish, red meat as well, beef, that's where you get your creatine from. So if you're on a vegetarian diet, you're not going to get a lot of creatine. And they've said in studies that people that have taken creatine are finding better results because they're lacking in it in their diet, basically, because they're just eating rabbit food. There's nothing wrong with that, but you need creatine in your diet. You must have creatine in your diet because it's important. We have natural creatine in our body. It's important for your body to function at a good level. So if you are a vegetarian, then you need to get creatine in your diet because you're missing a vital component that aids your body in health and all the rest of it. So there you go, guys. There's a lot. I've got loads of notes here, all written down, but I don't want to bore you with it all. So I'm just going to tell you. I'm just going to skirt around it and tell you. Look up about adaptins, nootropics, adaptins, and all these different ones I've told you about. You just rewind it. I mean, I'll put up in the thingy the good ones. I'll write in the bit where you write the thingy the good ones, and from there you can look up all the other ones. I've got loads here. Look, I've written loads down, but I didn't want to bore you. Look, you can see it all. I've written it all down, but that's what I do. I sit here doing research like a lot of you do. Loads of it. Look. But what I've come across is pretty interesting. So yeah, guys, if you get time, look up this nootropics, adaptogens, and about Dr. Gregeya and Dr. Cornelius, who started this in 1964. And look up all the different types. As I said, I'll put them up in the bit where you write down, and I'll leave it up to you to look up the synthetic ones. But buyer beware if you do decide to try these nootropics and you're going to buy pills from wherever, and then buyer beware. You know what I'm talking about, guys. So just buyer beware, because there's a lot of fake stuff out there and you can't be messing about with your bodies. You never know. So if you're going to take these, I advise you strongly, consult your doctor. Even the natural ones, because a lot of this, ones, synthetic ones, you can get prescribed off your doctor. These are prescription medications. But the Ashwaganda.Lionsmain green tea, Bacopa-Monnieri.Omega, Omega-3, Rhodiola, Rosea.G.InkoBiloba, and L-theanine, and creatine you can obviously buy over the counter. But again, if you're going to try these nootropics, consult your doctor, because if you're on medication already, it can affect that, and you might not have a very nice time. So I don't want to see that. So as I've said, take this on your own and do your own homework and see what you think. And if you feel comfortable and safe, you know, about the one you choose. Make sure you do it in the you know, specified amounts. Do not, you know, take more than the stated dosage. Be sensible, be smart, and yeah, see what you think. And I'll be interested in anyone who's tried it, to see how they got on with it, what they thought of it, because I'm about to try it myself on Friday, this Friday when I'm in town. I'm going to go in, I'm going to buy some ashwagandha, I'm going to, you know, see about these other, this Rhodiola rosea, this golden root, is meant to be really good. That's a really good one. The top ones the ones that I came across that were pretty much at the top of their tree, that was saying, yeah, look, this stuff really does work. It's not my words, their words. Was Ashwaganda.Lionsmain, green tea, omega 3, obviously we all know that one anyway, but this Rhodiola rosea, golden root, and Ginkgo biloba apparently are really, really good. Not my words, just repeating what I've read. So you take it and run with it yourself. So there you go. Let me know how you get on. I'm going to try it on Friday. I'm going to get some nootropics, these smart foods, not superfoods, smart foods, and over a period of say a month, I'll give you an update every sort of 3-4 days on how I feel and how it's affecting me, and let's see how it works, see how we get on with it, and see if it's as good as, you know, people are making it out to be. But as I say, a lot of it is still in, you know, it's still in the you know, the universities and the labs, and is still under investigation, shall we say. But there's been a lot of good reviews and a lot of positive stuff coming out of this, and a lot of people are saying this could be the future of mind enhancing, cognitive, you know, regeneration, you know, because a lot of these, they haven't said a lot of it, but it's too much there. A lot of it is aimed at and has been proven to repair nerve endings in the brain, and neurons and all the rest of it. You know what all goes on in the brain. A lot of it's been proved factual. It's actually having an effect in a positive way on a lot of people, not all, but a lot. So you take from that what you want, but like I said, it's not sealed and stamped in, you know, thingy. So do your own research and see what you think. I'll be interested to see how you got on if you tried one. But again, consult your doctor if you're going to take these things, and be sensible, be smart, and don't be irresponsible with these things, because, you know, these are, you know, strong chemicals. If they affect the brain the way they're saying, then they're clearly strong chemicals and not to be messed about with lightly. So, you know, take it seriously, and good luck. Nootropics. Let's see what we get out of this. God bless. Love you all. See you soon.